Hello, friends. Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. Guys, this show is brought to you by Yellow Jacket. Guys, more than 70 years ago, Jack Ritchie set a goal for Ritchie Engineering to become the standard by which all other HVAC hoses are measured. In the last 7 decades, the Yellow Jacket brand has not only become the standard in hoses, tools, refrigerant gauges, manifolds, HVAC vacuum pumps, and refrigerant recovery machines, it's become legendary. How have they done it? Through an unwavering commitment to excellence. It's the single most important attribute in the longevity of the company. While other companies sold out, sent work overseas, and lessened quality, the relentless commitment of their people has led to 70 years of best-in-class products, first-class customer service, and innovations that make the contractors' jobs easier worldwide. That's us, everybody. So let's join Yellow Jacket in the next 70 years as they commit to changing the standard once again. Guys, remember, quality products, been a legend in this game, a juggernaut for 70 years. Guys, Yellow Jacket, 70 years of expertise built into every tool. Guys, next is going to be our friends over at Live Bearded. I know we don't all have beards, but to all my bearded brothers out there, if you guys want quality products that aren't going to break the bank, go over to livebearded.com, check out their products. When you get down to checkout, put in HVAC Uncensored, and it's going to give you a 10% discount just for that discount. So, guys, go check that out. All right, that's our friends over at Live Bearded. Podcast is also brought to you by doubleyourtechsales.com. Guys, you'll be hearing this afterwards, but Gene Slade has a course that we are affiliated with that, guys, this thing is changing people's lives as far as the revenue that people are bringing in, and they're bringing it in honestly. Gene says that everybody, when you're a technician out there in the residential game, that you're always going for that new equipment sale. Always want to sell new equipment. And if you don't get the new equipment sale, then it's kind of not making much. Well, guys, this is going to fix that other side of the game. All right. People normally once, maybe twice in a 10-year period replace their system. We got to be able to bring in that revenue on the other stuff, the hard starts, the surge protectors, the IAQ, and a lot of people are missing the boat. Guys, this is going to fix it. It's legit, okay? Go to www.doubleyourtechsales.com, all right? www.doubleyourtechsales.com, all right? Go in there and register for a free webinar that he's having. It's going to be late. You're going to have to watch it after the fact when you're listening to this podcast, but still, that's going to give you a brief rundown, and then you can go into sign up for his courses, and trust me, guys, it's going to change your life. All right? All right. Enough spoon feeding you guys with information. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We appreciate you for making this podcast possible. Let's move on.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you to all of our global listeners, and God bless the United States. Thank you to all the men and women who make it possible for us to sit here and talk in front of this microphone. Thank you.
Five, four, three, two, one, go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. I am your host, Gil Cavey Jr., sitting alongside my brother from another mother, the one and only Mr. Kelley, HVAC millionaire McKay. What's up, man?
Woo! Yeah, Kelley. No, not much, man.
Oh, that was the wrong.
You're way late.
Yeah, I was way late. That was the wrong button. I was on the wrong bank of stuff. Yeah, you were going to get a theme song.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's going good. We are getting into our preventative maintenance, our maintenance agreements holders, club memberships, whatever you want to call them. I think we've always called ours SEAs, safety and efficiency agreements, but I really love the idea of club memberships. I know that's what Gold Medal used when I learned that stuff from Mike. You know, that's what some of these bigger companies are. It's a membership of some kind, because that just sounds really appealing. And I'm thinking we may wind up changing ours to a club membership. I just like the sound of that. It sounds so much better than a PM or a tune-up or a SEA.
Yeah, I agree. We call them service agreements, and I've never really been a fan of why we call them that. Plus, I've learned that they say that you should never call them like a fall PM, a spring PM. You know, they're just 2 visits a year. Granted, that way you can do them whenever you need to do them. You're not limiting yourself, because for us, it works out because our weather is kind of similar as far as, you know, fall and spring is when we do them in our slow times. But maybe some other states, that's not the case. You know, like Texas. In Texas, you know, it wouldn't make sense for him. So he could have those 2 visits be when he needs it, when he's slow.
Yeah, we just talked about this in my company a week or two ago, because as you get more and more maintenance agreements, like I see the necessity for it, because you just can't possibly get to everybody. But the problem is, before the weather like severely changes, you know, especially because you know how crazy the weather is. It's like it's summer one day. It was 91 degrees here. I don't know, last week, and then the very next day, you know, it dropped to like 60 or something. We had like a cool front with some rain come in, and it's kind of stayed there. I mean, it was like 70 today, I think. But anyhow, you get what I'm saying. It's like because the weather always seems to like switch to where, oh, now people are turning their furnaces on. Monday morning, we had a bunch of no heat calls come in, and we just barely got started on our maintenances, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that the key to that is, you know, when you sell it, it's 6 months later. That's when your first service is, you know, or that's when, in whichever, whether it's heating season that you're closer to or cooling season that you're closer to, that's going to be the main focus. But I still think you got to look at the whole system, right? I mean, because they could still be using their air conditioner. Let's say like in September, they're still using their air conditioner, at least this year they were, but yet fall is coming. So you got to kind of look at both, right? Because 6 months before that, it was like March and it was cold, or whenever. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, it would have been March, would have been when we did the other one. Well, that's like furnace season still. So it's, when do you hit the air conditioner? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, look, yeah, I know that's kind of hard, man.
Yes, I know.
That's one of those things that it really sucks. I mean, and we try to fit them in. Like, there's some people that we have where they'll buy it, and we're out there for a service call or something and checked everything, and then a month later we're coming out for the PM because they just bought it, because we're trying to fit them in with the rest of them. But
I don't have the answer, you know. I do know another guy that owns a business. I mean, I'm highly familiar with him, always talk to him when I see him, but I know that he's been doing that for a while. Every time they go out to do a PM twice a year, they do both.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You do that and you just add more value that whenever you decide to go out, you check the system top to bottom in both. But then again, it is also granted on the weather outside, whether you can do.
Right.
But yeah, you at least start them up, and it's almost kind of like a system startup. When you go out and you put a new system in, you're checking both sides of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. I saw a post about somebody, I'm sure you saw it, Gil, but in the Facebook group. So if you listen to the podcast, if you're not in the Facebook group, just go in, be sure to answer the questions, because I'm not going to let you in. None of the rest of the moderators are going to let you in if you don't answer the questions. It's simple.
Yeah,
Answer the damn questions and you'll be welcomed in.
Yeah, you have to do that, because if you don't have the smarts enough to answer the question, I'm kind of scared to let you in. And if you're in the trade, and personally, I don't understand, man. If you're in the trade, like, it should say that, like, in your Facebook stuff, like, all the time. Like, I work for such and such heating and air conditioning. Like, if those people don't answer the questions, I'll still let them in, even though they still should fucking answer the questions. But yeah, I don't get it when that doesn't say that. It's like, you're not proud of your job, or you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think they're in HVAC. There's a lot of people that want in the group that aren't in HVAC, but I would still give them a chance if you just answer the damn questions, and you don't come in and start soliciting. But anyhow, we got off topic there. I saw a guy's post in there. He's like, 3 months in, I'm out. Like, I quit. I'm out. I don't know how you guys do this shit. He said that was his post. It was like, 3 months in, I quit. I don't know how you guys do this shit. And of course, the group, everyone in the group is roasting him.
You know how that goes, dude. Those motherfuckers they're heartless, dude. And sometimes it's funny, but to a certain point, like, you got to have tough skin. We do know that guys get out of hand, and we try to do our best to handle that. But at the same, I mean, we can't shelter you, I mean, it can't be your safe space. I mean, like I tell you guys, when you post something and you put yourself out there, I know it's hard to put yourself out there and deal with people's comments, but you got to take the good with the bad. I mean, me and Kelley, we get people that say dumb shit to us all the time, but there's probably 5 times the amount of good stuff than there is negative. So we don't concentrate on the negative stuff.
Nah, just
you know what?
ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not worth it. We go to the positive stuff and go with that. So when you got some guys on there, if you put a post, there's 100 comments and 25 of them are guys saying, hey man, looks good, but I would do this. Concentrate on that. Don't worry about the other. Don't let it bother you. I mean, I get some guys that copy, they'll report posts and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like this isn't even anything bad. Like,
there's been some ridiculous ones that were posted, that were reported, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand what's wrong with this post, so
yeah,
no, but I think that regardless of the post, the point of the story is that this is not for everybody, and that's why me and my brother-in-law, which I don't even have a relationship with my brother-in-law anymore, because anyhow, I'm not even going to say, but we used to say it's NFP. It's not for pussies.
Yeah.
This business is not for pussies. If you can't hang, like, you can't prepare to get miserable at times, prepare to put yourself in to become a contortionist, to be able to work on some of these units and not just that, getting hot attics and crawl around in the mud in crawl spaces and be on roofs when it's 105 degrees heat index outside. Like, it's not easy work. I think we're a pretty tough breed of people.
Oh, I agree. I mean, what we have to do and be in the elements is not.
Yeah, it's not easy. but yeah, it's anyhow, I don't have much else to say about that. I just that reminded me that of NFP, you know. So
Yeah, you have to be. And one thing, and I don't want to steal this because, Gene, I saw Gene, it was in his group. He said this, and he said he always tells this to his kids. He says, these four walls,
yeah,
and I thought that was pretty cool about, obviously you want your kids to, they protect their brothers and sisters, their family. They protect what's in these four walls first. And it's the same with your company. When you're in there, granted, it's not the same as your family, but this is your work family, that you need to have thick skin, but you still have everybody's back, no matter how you feel about a certain person,
yeah.
that you're not going in talking bad about them to a customer. They don't walk in and be like, oh, hey, Gil, well, Kelley was just out here and I don't know if he did this right. And, oh, yeah, that Kelley, he's a fucking dipshit. You know what I mean? Like oh, I'm pretty sure Kelley, did the best he could. Maybe he made an honest mistake, but I'll go check it out. I mean, whatever. You want to make sure you back that person up. And
Yeah, not, oh, we've had a lot of problems with him. I'm so sorry you're going through this. You
yeah,
don't say that,
yeah, that kind of stuff is horrible, and it just makes your company look stupid. So you just, yeah, you can't do that, guys. And I feel like it happens way too much. All right, this thing is being a pain in the ass. Sorry. Alrighty, so I know we say every week that we don't know how, like, what you guys are getting into as far as the weather and all that kind of stuff. I know that we had talked a lot about IAQ last week, which we still think is huge. That you guys need to be pushing that. So we're not going to get into IAQ, but as far as maintenance time and pushing it, and you guys, man, you have to. I know this time of year kind of gets, the monotony of PMs kind of gets tiresome, and you get to the point where it's like you're not doing 100% every one. I mean, let's just not let's not beat around the fucking bush, and maybe that first one of the day you might be killing it, but maybe the next one you go to, it's you don't do this and you forget to do that. Guys, you have to create value in these things, man. That is the bread and butter of your company. Like, and I feel like so much money is being left on the table, and which is why we kind of refer some of you guys to Gene's course, which we'll talk about, later. I'll give the website for that. But I was talking to Kelley, and I tried a few things today and had a $2,800 sale and a $4,200 sale off of being honest, just offering things need to be offered. And they did it. And these were on PMs. It wasn't service calls, no equipment sales, no nothing. And the customers were happy when I left. So I think sometimes the mental block's in our head. I mean, do you agree that
absolutely.
we're the ones that are not selling because we think they don't want it?
Yeah, and I just talked to my guys about this. Well, an extension of that, and that was that. Look, when we just go do our jobs and we go fix the furnace or fix the air conditioner, like they're not they're not going to go tell their friends. They're not going to be raving fans. They're not going to go post how wonderful you are on Facebook or Google. It's when they do purchase these things from you and they spend several $1,000s with you, for whatever reason, there's way more value to them. And dude, that's when they're going to go rave about you online. That's what they're going to tell all their friends about how much, how the odors in their house have been eliminated, and how it smells so much fresher in the home, and they sleep better, and all their, their allergy symptoms have all been cut in half or are gone now with this new indoor air quality product that you installed, or several indoor air quality products that you installed. So that's what it's no different when you install a system. They don't talk about, oh, this system keeps the house cool. No, they talk about, I can control this system with my phone. Check this out. and they're showing people the app. They are talking about the humidity level being better in the home. They're talking about those type things. They're not talking about, oh, it's an 18 SEER 700 step compressor, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're not talking about that. They're
No.
talking about only the benefits that they received. And that's what they go tell their friends. And that's how people become raving fans. The more that the customer spends with you, the more likely they will be a raving fan.
Yeah, I agree. And that's something that you have to keep reassuring. Like, one thing I like is after that customer makes that big old huge sale, call a month later. Hey, man, this is Gil from, the HVAC Uncensored podcast. I was just calling. I just want to, I wanted to see how that new air pollution package was working for you. Have you noticed a difference? A lot of times they're going to be like, oh yeah, we've noticed that this is working and this is happening. And it just shows that you care, that you didn't get their money. And now it's like, okay, we're done with you. And the guys are going to look, well, what do you call if they say, oh no, I don't notice a difference? Well, that's when you got to say things, your house was, the air could have been really dirty. It's going to take a little bit of time to get that house clean. You know, just keep giving it time and, trust me, you're going to notice a difference and blah, blah, blah. And when you go back out for that PM, that's when you reassure it. Hey man, remember last time I was here and that filter was really, really bad? Well, look at that thing now. It looks like, looks like a brand new filter in there. And that's when you start to bring it up. I remember when I put this in my house, I just started to I was able to breathe better, but I didn't have like the throat problems. And all of a sudden they're like, well, yeah, I have noticed that, I'm not coughing like I used to. You know what I mean? Like, you bring those kind of stuff up and sometimes they have benefits that they don't even know they have until you bring it up. So,
or I always get sick in the fall when the weather changes. And maybe this year they didn't get sick because they have these products in their homes and they forget, that, and they don't realize that this is why. Now they actually have clean surfaces in their homes, and now they have, as far as bacteria and allergens go. So yeah, it's all, sometimes you got to help them see it because we just get caught in daily life and we don't realize. But here's the thing is, once they have it and they go stay somewhere else for a night, like they stay in a hotel or they stay at their parents' house or their sister's house, dude, they're going to know. They're going to know because that's when the symptoms flare up again. And then they're like, holy cow, I miss my house. I miss my clean air. So that's a real game changer when that happens, because then they really realize just how much better they're breathing.
Yeah. Or some of the biggest things I know is when they cook garlic, fish, and all of a sudden you notice how fast that smell is gone. It's not lingering for a week. That
Right.
Garlic aioli or whatever your mom made, and you wake up a week later and it still smells like fucking garlic, and it's gone. I say your mother like we're a bunch of fucking teenagers. Your wife or whoever, your girlfriend, I don't know, maybe some of you guys still live with mama, I don't know. But the other thing is especially if you have a family like my size, is it used to be when you get those flu season and stuff like that, that cold somebody would bring it in the house. It would get sucked in the return. It would slowly make its way through everybody in the fucking house. It was just like clockwork. Like we were all just waiting for our number to get called. Like the old lunch meat counter when you pull your number and it's like 24, who's 24? That's kind of what it was. But now I notice that doesn't happen. Now it's whoever gets it, that virus goes into the return, gets killed, gets blasted, and only one person gets sick. Every once in a while, if one of my daughters gets sick, my wife might get it, only because she's holding them and touching them, and so that's a little different. But my boys and stuff like that don't get it, and it's definitely right. I've noticed a difference. It's not as bad as it used to be.
Sure. And that's the point. It's working, so
yeah.
But yeah, it's there's lots of stuff that back to what you were saying earlier, is that sometimes we don't always do the full, everything, the full blown everything that we should be doing. And I'm just going to say that's just a huge mistake for your future, for your company's future, for your ability to move up the ladder in the company, for your ability to earn more money, for your family. Like, I love Grant Cardone's take on like 10X and everything. And he's like, it is your duty, it is your obligation to provide a better life for yourself and your family. You need to start acting that way. You need to start doing the necessary things that it takes to get you where you want to go, to get you that extra money for your family. You know, and I've said this before in some videos, but it's like, do you love your family?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to take offense to that. Some people will, but it's just because, and I hope you do, if you're not doing all that you can do to provide a better life for them and still spend time with them and stuff. I'm not saying like it's all about you got to go work and not spend any time with them. No, you can do it all. There's time. But
Yeah.
when you really reflect on where you're spending your time, you know, it's staring at your phone, it's watching Game of Thrones, it's playing PlayStation, it's whatever the fuck else we do to kill time, but that's time that we could be utilizing in a better way. So,
Guys,
and we're all guilty. I'm
yes.
no saint. I am no fuck. I'm a sinner.
Yeah.
I
Me
am
and
no saint. I do it like I say this and talk about it because it helps me remind myself to stay on point.
yeah, we've talked about this to where it's, and I know that I'm bad with it. And what really got me is that new thing that Apple has is the screen time or whatever, where it tells
I don't
you.
even want to know.
Yeah, and when I watched that, I was just like, holy shit, like this isn't even funny. Like this is a problem. You know, and I know that I use my phone for work, but when it tells you where it is, YouTube's not for work. You know what I mean? Facebook is normally not for work. Granted, we do stuff for the podcast, but not, 6 hours in a week kind of, 7 hours in a week kind of deal. Like it was just holy moly.
My phone's on constantly. I'm either listening to, like, it's a real problem. Like, I need to go to I don't know, Apple Anonymous AA. You know, like I'm listening to a podcast, I'm listening to an audio book, I'm watching a YouTube video, and I'm normally watching like keynote speeches and interviews with successful people, that kind of stuff. I just enjoy when somebody's picking somebody's brain about something, and you learn more about that person and their success. So I do that a lot, but I also play Clash Royale. Um, any of my Clash Royale peeps out there, you there's Clash Royale was a spinoff of Clash of Clans, and I was on Clash of Clans for like 2.5, 3 years. One of my guys that works here, one of my coworkers, he's been on there for like 4 years. He still plays today. I know there's some people who listen who play Clash of Clans. Well, Clash Royale, I spend a lot of time on, and it's a lot of wasted time. Like, it tells me how many games I've been on, and most games are 3 minutes, and I don't even want to tell you like how many games I've played, because it would equal like 12 weeks of my life.
Yeah,
I'm
I
embarrassed to say.
I used to play some little like sniper game all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I realized that I played that thing a lot, and I spent a dickload of money on that thing too.
I don't spend any money. I've disciplined myself. I haven't spent a dime on this game the whole time I've had it. On Clash of Clans, I spent about $80 over the course of 2.5 years. This one, not a dime. So it's not money. It's just time.
Yeah, but
I'm guilty.
yeah,
Guilty as charged.
You don't want to be one of those people, guys. What we're trying to get down to is don't be one of those people that sits around and bitches about what's wrong in your life, but you don't do a fucking thing to make it different. And let's just be honest. I mean, and it's going to ruffle some feathers here, but that's the truth. And guys, you can't sit around and with this poor me fucking attitude. And that's what's happening with this generation. Like, oh, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Well, go fucking get it. There's so many tools out here now, and that's what we try to help do, guys. We always say that we don't know everything. We haven't hit it big time. But between me and Kelley, between him and I, that we've done, you spend thousands upon thousands of dollars taking classes and courses, whether it's technical, sales related, business related. And we just try to pass that on for you guys. Whether you choose to take the information and do something with it, that's up to you. We can't make you do anything with it. And no matter where you're getting the information from, there's places to get it. You just have to take it and do something with it, man. That's I don't know how else to say it. You know, it's kind of like spoon feeding you guys. Like, num 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 num. Come on, open up. It's
When's the last time you spent money on your personal development? You know, that's the question. Because if it's been a while, you need to go do something, buy a book, buy an audio book, whatever. Because when you get better, then you have the ability to impact and influence other people around you to get better. But that's the only way. If you're just going to stay where you are doing what you're doing, and sit around and mope and complain about it, then get out there and do something to change it. Like I've heard several people say this, like speakers and stuff, but like we've never been in a more like abundant time in the ever in history than what's going on right now. Like you can go make money. Like no shit. You want to make an extra $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, start hitting garage sales every weekend. Instead of playing your stupid game or getting online and playing and watching porn, like get out there and buy some. Right. You get what I'm saying. I just mean wasting time, you know.
No, yeah.
We waste a great deal of time. I'm guilty. I waste a ton of time, and it's something I constantly want to discipline myself to get better at, because I can have a lot more free time if I just stay focused and disciplined for like 3-4 hours a day. Dude, I can get so much done if I'm just laser focused. But my attention's constantly being sucked away for this or that, and that's my fault too. I mean, I allow it to happen.
Yeah, guys, so that's kind of the moral of this podcast. We know it's kind of slow for some people, so this is a perfect time to step back, refocused, gather yourself, you know, to be more efficient in your life, to make things better. What things are not helping you move in the direction, like whatever it is that you want, set goals to get to those points. You know, those points, whether it's short-term, long-term goals, whatever. And if something, I mean, I understand we all have to have enjoyment in life. And if something really gives you enjoyment and it's that game, that's fine. But, you know, limit yourself though.
Sometimes it's good to have something to just let your mind shut off. And that's what I use that game for. It's brainless, honestly. It's something to do that I'm not having to focus on anything. So I understand we all have to have something like that. I mean, if you don't have something, I recommend you find something.
Yeah, you have to. It's just, you know, I see guys and you know, guys, we don't realize that our trade is highly technical, it's highly advanced, and we are needed. And there's a shortage of quality technicians, okay? A shortage. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be naming your price on what you want to make. But the problem is guys, they learn a little bit, they learn just enough to be dangerous. And then they go out here and they demand top dollar, but they don't deserve top dollar. So guys, if you take all the resources available and you start adding to your arsenal, the technical stuff, the sales training, how to communication with, your communication with the customer, guys, you can be fucking rock stars and make a killing. Like, I mean, make more money than you actually think that you can make. You just have to do it, and you have to discipline yourself to where you're getting home in time to be able to have dinner with your family, to where you're not killing yourself, that you're financially free, that you can buy what you want to buy, and it's not, you're not killing yourself. There's ways in past to be able to get that. It's just you got to put in the league work to do it.
Which includes developing yourself.
Yes.
So, and I personally don't recommend just sticking all with career stuff, because it's just about life stuff too,
Yeah.
which is just personal development in general. I mean, there's all kinds of it. So definitely go out and get you a book or something. Listen to an audiobook, man. That it costs nothing. There could be $1 million idea in there for you, or something that completely changes your life for the better. But yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm always looking for what is that next thing, which is kind of a double-edged sword, I think, but it's something that I learn little new ideas and stuff, and then I'll go share it. I'll share it in a video or something. That helps me learn it. And it's something that might be some really good information that might help somebody else. So I feel obligated to share it because I took the time to learn it. And maybe I didn't learn it completely until I shared it and taught it. But that just because I've listened to, hundreds of and read hundreds of personal development books doesn't mean the next person hasn't. And so all these little really cool ideas that they talk about, some of them, you'll find the same story in some books, that's for sure. But it's because it's such a powerful message. And when you hear it and you learn it and you use it and actually use it in your life, that's when things can shift for the better and change. And there's been tons of things that I've taken from that, from different ideas in books, that gave me the strength to push on when I was ready to quit.
Yeah, well, it's just sometimes, guys, it's the quality of life. It's thriving in life, not just because some people won't agree with me, but to me, you can never be idle in life. Okay. You're either moving forward or you're slowly falling backwards. Maybe there are two different speeds, but you can never just be standing still. I don't think that can happen. Because if you say you learn a new talent, you learn something new and you don't use it, I think that you're going to start to fall backwards. You're not just going to stay in one place. And I feel like guys learn a little bit and they stop. Learn a little bit and they stop. Just keep doing that. And I keep talking about the work thing is just because I know in this industry that's a lot of stress, which affects your home life. So if you can make this your financial situation, actually love going to work and, being really, really good at what you do in all aspects of it, you're going to be happier when you go home. Your relationship with your wife's going to be better, more time to spend with your kids, and that free time. It's going to be better when you can say, hey, that you just had a killer fucking commission check, and hey, let's go to the water park this weekend. Fuck it, let's just be spontaneous, or let's go camping, or let's whatever it is that your guys do when you could do that kind of stuff and you're actually enjoying life, and it's not living paycheck to paycheck, oh, we got to pay this bill and then we're broke this week. I mean, it's just, we don't want you guys to live that way. And there's ways that you don't have to live that way. So
and it's a decision.
Yeah.
It is
only you can
absolutely a
make.
decision that only you can make.
Yes.
You can choose. So today, on this Monday, when you're listening to this podcast, like, you can choose to have a shitty week, man. You can, because you're tired. Maybe you didn't get enough rest last night. Something that I learned from my coach, because I have like a high performance coach, I'm kind of, we do our little Facebook group together and stuff, but she is my coach. She's been coaching me since, I don't know, 7 months straight. And one thing that she taught me is halt. And I think it's an AA thing, like in AA meetings. And I had never heard it before, but man, I hope I can remember this. So it's hungry, angry, lonely, what is the T? I'm going to have to look it up. I can't remember it.
I don't know.
But anyhow, these are the things, and let me find it real quick. But a lot of times I think it's tired. Tired is the last one. So if you're hungry, these are like triggers. They can trigger you to go into a spiral of negativity, or maybe of going back to an addiction, something of some kind, any kind. These are some of the triggers that happen. You get pissed off because something didn't go your way. Maybe you're hungry, maybe you're just lonely, or you're tired. Those are the things that can set off triggers that put you into a spiral. And so recognizing that, like, halt. Am I hungry? Well, let's go get some food. Let's like, it's 1:30 and you're getting frustrated on a service call and you can't figure it out. You may need to take a break and go eat. And you'll feel so much better, and they'll be and the stress level will come down to a normal operating level instead of super high, because of these things. So if you recognize that you have these things, halt, stop. If you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, recognize that that's what's causing it, the frustration, and that's what's causing the anxiety and the stress. And then take care of it however you have to. You need to get more sleep. Well, tonight, don't let your day be ruined tomorrow because you didn't get enough sleep. Make sure that you get to bed early tonight. If you need breakfast every morning, if you start getting cranky by 12 o'clock, well, maybe you need to eat breakfast and you won't get so cranky by 12 o'clock every day. Like, recognizing these little patterns. But anyhow, I thought that was really interesting. So
it is interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, about that motherfucker. No, it is. And guys, I've noticed, like, some of these things that we're telling you are things that we've done in our lives and things that we've been able to change, and we've noticed, like, we've seen the change that's come from it, and it's been like, why the fuck didn't I do this sooner? So
I know I'm cranky when I get tired.
Yeah. Plus, it's just your mind is not working in the same capacity it is when you're rested and you're ready to go. Trust me, I know. Kelley tells me all the time, I stay up too fucking late. I'll be up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning working on stuff for the podcast or doing something, and then I'm up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll go work a whole day and do everything. And eventually it gets me. Trust me, I'll crash at some point, but then I'm still playing makeup though. So it's I highly do not recommend doing that.
Yeah, but we all do it sometimes. I mean, there's times where there's shit going on that just demands your attention and your time, and it can keep you up, and you not get one good night's sleep. If you lost that, like, it can mess up the rest of your week if you're not careful.
Yeah, no, it can, because like I said, you're constantly playing catch up, trying to make up for that sleep that you didn't get. It's not like you're just gonna sleep in late and now all of a sudden your body's like, whoa, we double charge, woohoo.
Yeah.
It's not the way it works. So
I was gonna make a joke earlier. I was gonna say, because you were talking about high performance or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, and you're not gonna be able to score under pressure. if you don't prepare and you don't learn, you're not going to be able to score under pressure. And I was just going to say, until yeah, I didn't know if you'd catch it or not, but here I am.
Yep, I score under pressure.
While you're struggling, if there's shit going on, hey, honor that bitch.
Yeah,
honor that bitch.
Honor the struggle.
It doesn't have to be hard. You can make it fun.
Yeah, goddamn right. So as always, guys, we always try to give you guys little things that we think are going to help you. I mean, just in life in general, man. And like we said, this is a slow time. It's a good time to just reboot, reevaluate what the fuck you're doing. Because it's just, yeah, just like you're leaving money on the table on service calls, dude, you're leaving opportunities and freedoms and money on the table in your personal life. You know, I'm actually going to have a podcast where my brother's going to come on and try to give you guys, obviously it's not HVAC related, but it's going to be some things to try to give you guys some tips, some investment tips to be able to, places to put your money and things to do. I mean, you got to figure the American dream is to own a home, not pay a mortgage, to own a home, to own a car. You know, if you're paying a mortgage, you don't own it, the bank does. Okay. So that's a different story. And we know that we all do that. We get that. Most people in their 30s, 40s don't own their home. But say your mortgage payment is $1,500 a month. Well, can you afford to pay $2,000? Pay $2,000 every month. Maybe that's a difference between paying it off in 20 years and 30 years, or 20 and 25, or whatever it is. You know, like, just be smart. Like, a lot of us, we're in our prime right now. Now's the time we're making the most money that we'll ever make. Now's the time to be smart and think about our retirement when, you know, when we don't want to be climbing in fucking attics at 55, 60 years old. Well, now's the time you got to think about that. Or when you get 55, you're like, fuck, I messed up. I missed it. I missed the boat. They say that you need 20 good years of saving to be able to have a good retirement. So for a lot of you guys, you haven't missed the boat, but you're going to need to start. So not to go off on too many aspects, but I mean, it's just,
and if you're young in the trade and you are not taking advantage of like an IRA or a 401k or something that the company has set up, like, today's the day. You need to make that phone call, get on that. You won't even miss it from your check, and you're going to thank me 15, 20 years from now, because you're going to have a nice chunk of money saved up. And it's a compound effect. So, yeah.
And if you, hopefully, I mean, still do those Roth IRAs, stuff like that, IRAs, but also if your company has something, maximize that shit, man. Do whatever your company will match and more, because all that stuff's coming out pre-taxed. You know, when you do an IRA, you're paying taxes on that money twice, because you're paying taxes on it when you put it in, and then you're paying taxes on it when you take it out.
Well, not the money you put in, but the compound that it grew.
Yeah, but they're taking it out of your check after you get taxes taken out. So that's what I mean.
I mean, like on a Roth IRA, real quickly, because this is going to bore people.
Yeah.
But with the Roth IRA, anything you put into it, that it's after taxed. It's after tax on a Roth IRA. And so when you put that in, it doesn't get taxed again. But the compound interest that money earns, like I put $1,000 in there and it earns $200 over the next year, let's just say, on that $200, if I go to withdraw it, I'm paying tax on that. Like, I am being taxed on that. But my original $1,000 I put in there. So Roth IRAs are like a savings account, but you get the upside of the compound interest.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they're like, I like them the best just because, and they're relatively, I mean, you put them in a very, non-aggressive, type fund. So it's really safe. Like, the stock market drops tomorrow, you're not going to lose hardly anything in it, honestly. Cause it's, what do they call it? It's like, there's like 3 categories, like something aggressive and then super aggressive, like
Yeah,
risky, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't
Yeah.
think of them.
Anyhow, we're not financial investors. Something we need to learn more of, because
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when you start paying attention to your money pays attention to you. That is true statement when it comes to just your personal finances. So it's something I need to learn more about. So,
Well, I planted the fucking money tree years ago, and it's still not fucking growing. So,
well, you got a brother that sets your shit up, I'm sure.
yeah, no, he's comes to finance. He knows it, and he helps me out and points me in the right direction. So that's definitely good to have. So that's why I'm going to bring him on here. I mean, he has that background. That's not what he does currently.
Yeah.
Can't kind of say what he does currently, but yeah, he has the background, master's degree in it. And, you know, he definitely I've talked to him, more than happy to come on here and kind of help some guys. And, like I said, we just want to know that you guys are taken care of, man. We know that you guys work hard for your money. Like we said before, people in this trade they're hardworking people. You know, we bust our ass for our money, and we just want to make sure you guys are doing the most with it, and you're having the best kind of quality of life. We want to make sure you guys are enjoying life. You're not just getting through it. You know, it's not one of those where, oh man, God, that week went fast. We want it to be where you're enjoying it. Like, man, God, fucking Tuesday was so much fun. Do you remember Tuesday? Yeah. No, man, but Thursday was fucking great. Remember Thursday we did this? You know, like it's just, it's a different way of life, man. And I know you guys might hear us and sound like, what the fuck are they talking about? But right. It really, really is little things that it changes the way that you live, man. It really does. It's so much better. It alleviates stress where you're not just all pent up and fucking angry all the time. And, like I used to be that guy, like, you know, I would hold all of it in, and the first time some random person would be like, fuck you, like, what bitch, fucking hopping over, you know what I mean? Now I just like, it's like, yeah, you know, just laugh and walk away because I don't really care. Like, I know that everything in my corner is good. If this guy's having a bad day, let him go deal with his fucking bad day. It's got nothing to do with me.
No.
So,
and if you've got a lot of stress and anxiety for whatever reason, you know, I'm going to give you a tool right now that you can use anytime. And
marijuana.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You roll it up just like this, you know, and you moke it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, just it's all about breathing. Two different things. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Is that a thunderstorm?
It was supposed to be an explosion. It sounded like a
okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Like even right now, I bet Gil's holding tension in his shoulders. So just recognize. I want you to just like right now, even if you're driving, because it's horrible when you're driving, but no matter where you're at listening to this or watching this, I just want you to relax your shoulders. Just let them fall to the ground. Let gravity pull them away from you. Because we're always like this. We walk around like this all the time. And so just, just relax your shoulders. I'm telling you, releasing that tension and not holding it all the time, the only way you're going to stop this habit that you're in is to be aware that you're doing it. So as long as you're aware that you're doing it, then you can actually stop holding it, stop carrying it around with you all day long. Next is just breathe. Fucking breathe. I'm talking diaphragmic breaths. I mean, expand your big ass belly. Breathe in through your nose, real deep. Deep as you can, expand your belly. Let it out.
That's, you know, it's funny. One good thing I like about that is, on my my Apple Watch, it has a breathe thing. Nice. That it's for that. And I used to skip it. I was like, oh, that thing's something stupid. Now when it pops up and it says, hey, Gil, time to breathe, I actually started doing it.
Absolutely.
Like, no matter what I'm doing, I'll just stop and I'll do it. It'll say breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, and if you don't have a fancy Apple Watch like Gilbert, then your phone has on the clock, you just click on the clock and you can set alarms to go off every, at least once a day. Just set an alarm to go off, just to remember to breathe until it starts becoming a habit. But if you just take some time each and every day just to breathe into your stomach, I mean, no less than 6 breaths.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take but 30 seconds, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes. Okay. Well, I think you deserve 2 minutes of just relaxation. So relax. Even if you're driving, relax your shoulders, take 6 deep breaths. I'm telling you, it releases a lot of tension, and it's really good for you. It's healthy for you. It oxygenates your blood. It expands your lungs, so you have a better lung capacity. It's just really good for you. There's not a negative side effect with it. It's all positive.
No, plus, have you ever been to the doctors when you've had like the flu or maybe like got pneumonia, and they give you, or like even if like you've broken a leg or something, and you get that little breathing machine with the bubble thing in it where they want you to do that so many times a day?
Mm-hmm.
That's for a couple of different reasons. That's to expand your lungs and get it full of air and get the oxygen in your body. It's also a stress reliever. You're in a stressful moment in your life. It has a whole bunch of things. And I kept that little thing for the longest time just
Mm-hmm.
to, and I don't know, moving one time I lost it, but it's, that is huge doing that.
I think the oxygen, helps your body heal.
Oh yeah.
So just, it's important to breathe, and it seems so small and minor and like not important, but I'm telling you, it's extremely important. Several times a day, I'll just lean back in my chair, just take some deep breaths, let my shoulders fall. You can hold it for a couple minutes, then release it. It just feels good. You're going to feel better afterwards. You can use that also to pump yourself up before you go into a call, or if you got to make a difficult phone call to a customer or to one of your employees or to your mom or your wife or your kids. If you got to make a difficult call, take some deep breaths before you call. It's going to help you energize your mind so you think clearly while you're on the phone. And I use it to just build up my confidence sometimes to just make that phone call.
Well, sometimes before like I go on camera for like YouTube or something like that, or before I go into a customer's house, sometimes I'll sit there and, blah, 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 yeah, woo, like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just try to wake myself up and get myself into a mood. So that way, when I walk into the customer's house, it's, hey, Mrs. Jones, hey, this is Gil. How you doing? You having a great day today? Like you've gotten yourself, you're not walking up there. You're not walking up fucking moping and just little things. And people might think it's stupid, but it works. And you don't have to be over dramatic, go up there and scream at them. Hey, it's Gil. How you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm going to do your PM. How you doing? You know what I mean? But enough that you sound, enough that they can feel your enthusiasm, that you're happy to be there. You're happy to do their work. That stuff is huge, man.
You want to increase your sales? I promise you, get excited, get enthusiastic about it. You want to pump up your team? You want your team to do better and go out there and crush it? You got to get excited about this. This is your future.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. You got to get excited.
Yeah. If your fucking owner, if your boss or whatever comes in and says, hey, we have a meeting today, he walks in, hello, guys. Today is Monday. We're going to have the company meeting. We're going to talk about your average invoice and about some things we're going to do in the fall PMs. You guys are going to be like, oh, my God, how am I going to stay awake to this shit? But if he walks in and he, maybe it's fucking music coming on, maybe you come in and he's probably not a good song to pick, but you walk in and he's got music playing. He's like, what's up, everybody? Good morning, man. Hope you guys had a great weekend. It's Monday. We're going to kick this week off and get it started right. We're going to talk about A, B, C, D, and we're going to knock this shit out of the park. You know what I mean? It's a totally different atmosphere. Sometimes it's not necessarily about what's said, it's how you say it. So some of you guys might be saying the right things, you're just not saying it the right way. And that's the truth. I've been there, done that. Or you say too much. That's a whole nother thing. I used to be that guy.
You got to be animated. Man, I can tell you some days I don't show up. I'm just going to be honest, because I'm
like today.
Shit.
I'm just kidding.
Some days I don't show up like I should for my team. We all have some bad days. We all have where we don't have quite the energy that we want. But it's recognizing that and saying, I can do better. And knowing that it doesn't take a whole lot to do better. Just bring, Brendan Burchard, he's the guy, one of the guys I follow. And, he says, bring the joy. And I know that may sound frou-frou or whatever, but man, I'm telling you what, you bring the excitement, the enthusiasm, you bring the joy into a room and to your team and get them excited about their future, because that shit excites me. Like when I get to talking about it, I get excited about it, and you've got to get excited about it. You got to get animated about it. That's something that I learned at that Disney Institute thing that I went to. You got to get animated about, like, what's it going to be like? Holy cow. I can't wait till Gil gets that new house that he's been saving for so many years. And then his wife gets a brand new car. How awesome is that going to be? Like, you've got to get excited.
Yes.
You got to get enthusiastic about it, because it is contagious. It is contagious.
It is contagious. And it's one of those, then you start becoming the same way in life. When you are at work. And like Kelley said, hey, we're not all going to be able to do it 100% every day. It's fine. Nobody bats 1,000. Okay. It doesn't happen. But when you make the conscious commitment to do it, to bat 1,000 and do it every day, you're going to be more consistent overall. You're going to have those little ups and downs, but hopefully your ups and downs are like this and they're not like this. Okay. So we hope you guys are taking this in and you're trying to get what we're trying to, you get what we're putting down. You know what I mean? But
yeah, you hope you're catching what we're throwing.
Yeah. Are you talking about like who's the pitcher, who's the catcher? Like,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, so this it's not necessarily HVAC related, but it's things that all mingle in, man. And
are you kidding? Like stress, anxiety, what else? Anger, frustration.
Okay.
Like
it's all HVAC related.
It's totally all
it's all HVAC related. I was lying.
Right. But there's tools, there's ways to cope with it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're sharing. So
you guys have that happen and you get chased by a dog soon, or if you're in Baltimore. Sorry.
That did not sound like a dog. It sounded like a wet fart. That's what it sounded like.
That did not. Oh, Jesus.
Not that.
Those people are outside again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
And to me,
this little.
I think it's clearer on your end.
Probably.
Woo!
This battle crowd. This pretty gay battle crowd. If I was going to battle with those douchebags, I'd be like, stop going woo.
Yeah. I wanted to say real quick. I mean, man, we've jumped all over the place. This is really great podcast again, though. We're crushing it, man. Hey, right there.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Boom. We wear like the same ring.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
But I wanted to say, now's the time, guys. Now's the time. Since we're talking about life and we're talking about growing ourselves and our businesses and all this other shit we want, like, now is the time to really start thinking about next year. I know it's early, but let's not wait till January 1st to decide what we're going to do next year. especially in your business. You've got to be thinking about January, February, March, April, May, June, July, right now.
Yeah.
And
Already kind of projecting it.
what's the plan?
Yeah.
And what's the plan for you? You know, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you got to have those kind of predictions already. You got to try to think ahead. And like Kelley always said, you got to set those goals that where they're almost they're attainable, but they're hard. Don't make your goals easy. Okay, you're not going to excel by setting yourself easy goals. Maybe if you have a little daily small task,
Yeah,
because it's daily goals and small ones are good because you get a sense of accomplishment. Like there was I think he was admiral or something that talked at a college graduation and said, you go throughout the day and you do one small task at a time, one small accomplishment. Exactly. You wake up, you make your bed. That's one accomplishment down for the day. So sometimes do that, man. Just make it little things and stuff like that. But we're going to start, closing this thing out here soon, guys. All of this also leads into, guys, we only try to bring you guys stuff that we think is going to make you better. And hopefully you guys realize that. We understand our Facebook group. There's been people advertising stuff that shouldn't be advertising stuff. And we're trying to put the smackdown on that now. Because we want you guys to be able to go in that group and not be like, oh, another fucking advertisement. We want you guys to know that the only thing advertised in there is going to be stuff legit that we've been able to buffer through, and that we know it's going to benefit you guys in the long run. One of the things, guys, that we have partnered up with Gene Slade in his Service Tech Secrets program. And if you guys go to, he's doing a free webinar, which when you guys hear this, I'm actually going to make another live video, just me talking at some point, because it's going to be tomorrow night, which it's going to be already happened by the time you guys hear this, for fuck's sake. But you can still watch it afterwards. You can still watch the webinar, but it just won't be live. Still do that. You can still get tons of value out of it. But guys, go to doubleyourtechsales.com. www.doubleyourtechsales.com. And guys, just check that stuff out. We've worked out some discounts for being listeners of ours. We were able to go to bat for you guys because we know this is going to benefit you guys, and really change your life as far as what you think's been on the table. Go ahead, Cal.
Is there a code or something? Because how do they? Is that our website?
Yes, that is a link that is directly tied to us.
Gotcha.
So that way, when you guys go on there, you're going to get the deal that is for HVAC Uncensored listeners. Because I wasn't sure of that at first, but yeah, that is our actual link.
And you're going to want to get it.
Yeah. So trust me, guys, it will really, really change your life. And that's all I'm going to say. And, we want you guys, we have we're going to go over the whole, book of the week.
Can't talk.
Yeah. Can't fucking get it out. But, the other thing is, guys, we're going to start doing the neglected text kind of feature where the podcast cell phone, in case you guys don't know, it's always on the live streams, which if you don't know, we do live streams every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. They're normally on YouTube. I did podcast. Jesus Christ. I did fucking Facebook last time just to kind of swap it up. But normally they're always on YouTube. So go over to our YouTube channel, HVAC Uncensored, and hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and that way you're going to be notified every time we go live, every time we put new content out. But the podcast cell phone number is 443-422-1000. So you guys can text this phone throughout the week. This phone is always on and charged. Sometimes it's with me, sometimes it's not, but it's always with me. It's always on. It's not always with me. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk. But I want you guys to text me randomly throughout the week, and it can be random stuff. Hey, look at this stupid call I did, or you're never gonna believe what I just did, Gil. Anything, and we're gonna go through those texts on every show. It can be questions you can ask us, and me and Kelley can do a Q&A with it. But whatever, we want that interaction with you guys. We really like that interaction between us. So that number, 443-422-1000, 443-422-1000. All right. So,
Are we going to share a book?
Yes, we are. Go.
Okay, so let me make sure this is all good. Yeah, so let me get back to the full screen here for myself. Here we go. Okay, guys, since we're talking about life and doubling our income and doubling our tech sales and understanding that recognizing that we have a lot more potential that we could live up to if we just managed our time better and did what we needed to do each and every day. So we can earn a lot more money, all of that stuff. So this little book right here, it's called U Squared, a high velocity formula for multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps. This book is very short. Like, you're going to be shocked if you buy it. It's very cheap. You can get it brand new for $11.17, get a used one for $7. It's totally worth it. It's so short, but it is just packed with super high information that will just help you wrap your mind around like your full potential. So if you have not read this book, be sure to check it out. I think it goes along great with the podcast with our subjects tonight, and I think that you'll really enjoy it if you just get it and read it. It's something that I learned about this from Bob Proctor, and I like Bob Proctor. I followed him for many years, and he's like the paradigm shift guy. Teaches Think and Grow Rich. That's how I found him, because I just love the book Think and Grow Rich, and that's not even worth talking about because you all know that. But U Squared, a very cool book, very quick read. You need to pick me up and just a shift in your perspective. Read that book and you'll enjoy it, I think. So
You have
you
way
got
too many windows open.
Yeah, shut up. So do you have a book that you want to share?
I don't. We'll go with that book because I want to start doing one a week. Because if we start, I don't want to start doing too many.
Okay.
But there will also be, man, if you any of these books that we mentioned, if you guys purchase these books, I want you to let us know. Okay. Email us, HVACuncensored@gmail.com. At gmail.com. Plus, also remember, guys, you can always go to our website where you can see all this stuff. We're making a bunch of changes to it, trying to do different things, but HVACuncensored.com. And you can email us directly from there. You can get to our YouTube link right from there. You can get to Facebook, but it's going to be, you can't get in the group since it's private. You can't get directly into that group because you got to be approved. But also, no, you can go to our website and do a lot of things from there as well. But all right, buddy, old pal. Let's
no.
Yeah. Let's we're gonna start to close this out, man. Go ahead, Kel. Let me stop talking.
Hey guys, I have not decided when I'm gonna do this broadcast, this training, but I took a training and I watched the whole thing. I watched it twice and then I kind of repackaged it. Because it was so impactful for me. It helped me see my business from a new perspective. It helped me put the entire business, every single operation, at a very high level in a little container. And when you can do that, it's like, then you can realize what's the missing piece? Like, why are we, like, what do we need that we currently don't have because it's put in this container? And I think it's something that you can refer to throughout your business career, to be honest with you. And so anyhow, like I said, I learned it from somebody else, and and I just repackaged it, and I want to share it with you. And I put together a little presentation for it, and I think I'll probably do it. When would be a good time to do it, Gil? Not Thursdays, because I'm wiped out after podcast night usually on Thursdays. So
Yeah, definitely not Thursdays.
what we could do it Wednesday. Let's see. We possibly have a guest next week, but we could do it podcast night. I'd be okay with that, if we started early.
That's fine. We can do that.
So that's it. Next Wednesday, it will be 6. I'm thinking, let's see, 7. I'm thinking 7. Next Wednesday, 7:00 Central Time. That would be 8:00.
Well, just keep it all Eastern Standard Time. So just say 8:00 Eastern Standard Time.
8:00 Eastern Standard.
Because that way, normally everybody's used to seeing that, and they can just affiliate it to their time. So 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, we'll have it out there.
Yeah, if you own a business, it's going to be you need to email me. Email me at hvacmillionaire@gmail.com. I'm keeping those all in a folder, so I don't want to start splitting them up between the 2 different emails. So just email me, hvacmillionaire@gmail.com, and I'm going to send you a link, a Zoom link, to do this training. It's not going to be too long. I'm giving ourselves like an hour and a half to do it. But it probably only take about 40 minutes of your time, 50 minutes of your time. But I know that it will help you see your level from a new perspective. And I hope to get you excited about your business and keep it moving forward. So I hope you'll join me and Gil this coming Wednesday night at 7. Be sure to email me so I can send you the link. I might go ahead and share it in the group. I don't know.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, probably not. Email me the link if you're interested. I don't want just anybody on there. It needs to be serious business owners who want to understand their business better.
Yeah, because if you email for the link, even if something happened, you send it to the wrong email, we can just, Kelley can respond to you on the HVAC Millionaire email. But you have to email us in some form or fashion, because that shows that you took the action to be like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. If we just put it in the group, then you get some people that just they're just going to come in just to come in and
to disrupt it. No, we don't want it to be disrupted. It's serious stuff for your business. It's anybody who has been a service technician or did not start as a manager and now you own a company. Like, you're going to want to check this training out, because it just helps you see your company from a new perspective. And when you can do that, you can solve problems in your company. And that's my goal, is that it will help you maybe solve a problem, find out where the problem is that's keeping you from earning the kind of money that you need to earn. So because it was so powerful for me, I built a presentation. It's relatively short, and then I gave it to my managers, and they were like, heck yeah, and they just loved it. And we were able to identify some of our shortcomings in our company. And that's my goal for you too, is to help identify shortcomings so we can, start fixing them, figure out what it's going to take to fix them. So I hope you'll join us. Send me just say I'm in. Just send me an email, hvacmillionaire@gmail.com. That being said, I really enjoyed the podcast tonight. I really appreciate everybody listening. Love you guys for listening. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your reviews. If you have not left us a review in a while, I think it's time to review us again, because damn, I think we're a lot better. Maybe I'm not trying to toot any horns, but I sure think we've gotten better since we began. So if you are one of those early guys that went in and left us a review, please do us a solid and go in and leave us another review. Yeah, it's time. I mean, we got 50. This is episode 56.
59.
59 episodes. So they're not going to care if you go in and hit us up again. We greatly appreciate it. It means the world to us. It allows us to keep growing, and it's the reason why we do this. So thank you so much for listening. Love you guys. Go make money.
Yeah, guys, you know that we appreciate you guys. Don't forget, just kind of some housekeeping things is don't forget that, we are one of the podcasts chosen for AHR, which is an awesome honor, which is because of you guys saying, hey, we listened to this podcast, blah, 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 the reviews and all that kind of stuff. So because of you guys, we were one of the podcasts chosen to go down to Orlando, February 3rd through the 5th for the 2020 AHR Expo. If you guys have the funds to be able to go there, guys, it's an amazing time. I cannot wait to go there. We'd love to be able to meet you guys. It's going to be a good couple of days. Plus, you guys get they give out all kind of free stuff. These companies, they're all giving away something. So you leave there with a lot of free stuff. So check that out. Also, we would love for you guys to go over to Yellow Jackets Facebook page, Instagram, whichever one. And we just want you guys to say that something relating to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. Thank you for supporting the HVAC Uncensored podcast because, guys, it's because of them that we've been able to do this for a year, 59 episodes, and we've been able to make this content and upgrade equipment and stuff like that. Because, granted, we've had a bunch of sponsors that we do different things with, but Yellow Jacket has been the rock. I mean, the rock. They've been the foundation to help this podcast get to where it is. So we owe them a lot. We thank Yellow Jacket for everything done for us and continue to still do for us. So if you guys could do that, go show them some love on their social media platforms. It's Yellow Jacket, or some of them are actually Richie Yellow Jacket. But go over there and just say, hey, thank you for supporting HVAC Uncensored. That's all you got to say. You don't got to leave them a paragraph. Thank you for supporting HVAC Uncensored. That's all you got to do. And I might even, through those comments, I might pick 1, 2, maybe, and give something away to you just as appreciation for actually doing that.
Hey, take a snapshot of that and share it in the group for us. That would be awesome.
Yes, that would be awesome. Please do. So, guys, we appreciate you, man. We're trying to give you guys the best tools that we can to make you all be better, at the same time making ourselves better. Don't ever think that me and Kelley think that we've reached the pinnacle, because we're far from it. We really are. So you don't really learn something until you teach somebody else. So me and Kelley are learning and growing and trying to help others at the same time. And there's some guys that may listen to this that they might know way more than we do, but just by listening to something, it might just trigger something in their mind that just kind of helps them move forward and better themselves. So, all right, man, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Definitely, if you guys can give us some love on social media, that would be greatly appreciated. Pretty much, if you search HVAC Uncensored on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you'll find us. HVAC Uncensored Nation is the Facebook group. You have to answer the questions. Most of the people that listen to this podcast are in the Facebook group for the most part, I'm pretty sure. If not, go ahead and answer the 3 questions. Please answer the 3 questions. I'm not saying you got to leave a paragraph, but answer the 3 questions, and for the most part, we'll let you in. That should be good. Go to doubleyourtechsales.com. Guys, check this out and register it. All I'm going to say is it'll change your life. That's all I can do. Me and Kelley can only give it to you. What you do with it's up to you. All right? I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember, always be safe out there. Always make it home the same way you left. Guys, always set yourself apart. Do what the next guy's not doing. And I tell you what, not everybody's listening to this podcast. It's a lot, but not everybody. But guys, set yourself apart. Do those little things. Like me and Kelley just said, do them little things that's going to, people are going to remember you. Yeah. When you leave a call, they know your name. So they're thanking you for giving you a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 check. That's what you want. And you can do that honestly. So That's about it, man. Until next week, man, we love you guys. We appreciate you, and we're talking to you mofos later, all right? Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.
I was going to say, if you do what the next guy won't, then you can score under pressure.
Yes. Under pressure.
Yep.
For all you guys out there on YouTube, man, we thank you guys. We appreciate you guys for watching and, staying to the end. You guys comment below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. And, that way you're going to be notified every time something happens.
Smash it.
Yeah, smash it. I mean, like, beat the shit out of it. I'm going to break my mic. But also, guys, give it a like. Any of our live streams, our videos, the more you like it and you're subscribed and stuff like that, that's what's going to trigger YouTube's algorithm to keep our videos pushed to the top. So that way we can get our information out to the most people as possible. So if you could help us do that, we would greatly appreciate it. Until next week, we'll talk at you mofos later. All right? Have a good one. Have a good week, and we'll talk at you next time.
Peace.
Peace.